A sparkling explosion of light and glass. The fishbowl spills over onto the streets of Amaranth, and it can't squick a centimeter of the filth off its avenues. The broken body of a hungry cage-right and his wailing widow. All impressions of a city sick to its spiraling roots. Welcome back to Swan Dive, a Spire campaign by the savage Godlings. Last we met officially. Can't say I'm too proud of my current woven casing, but it's better than Oblivion. You, Griff, and everyone else can call me Hitch. The rest of the cell went their separate ways after that nightmare to search for whatever comfort this sick place can offer, and Griff secured Willow a shot at a career among the leeches riding at the furnace. Now we head to a debriefing. Sitting down a path I can feel in my fibers is leading to nothing but heartbreak. This not-so-secret election and our little part to play in it. Danger be damned. The drow will be free.
One by one, you arrive to Gregory's hulking form. Find yourselves in the back room, the hidden back room, silence wards awaiting their activation. But I'm just going to presume everybody arrives within the same ballpark. All right, here's my pointed question. Who arrives last?
Not it.
Not it. I mean,
I feel like Willow and Griff arrived together. So.
I agree.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. Just kind of, tired person, lateness.
Yeah, maybe woke up a little late.
Kind of fell asleep among the eggs and just kind of, gotta go. Gotta make it to my secret organization and plan.
Gotta go fast.
That sounded kind of weird.
Normal Sinette thoughts. Yeah, Lynn probably shook you awake in the eggs. Are you okay, Maji? Yeah. Oh God. Okay, so you arrive last, and I think Gregory is he's trimming a bush. He's got too small. He's got a pair of scissors that's too small, and he's lightly trimming a little hedge on the counter.
Hello, Miss Sinette. How are you?
Hello there, Miss Say. I am well. Can I ask something of you?
Yes.
How do you keep those bushes alive down here?
Kind of I don't know why my instinct was he immediately looks at the bush and it dies the moment you ask that question. That's more of a heart campaign thing. We can't get there quite yet.
It just shrivels.
Yeah, it just shrivels and wilts, all the leaves fall out. You piece of shit. No. He just looks down at the bush and looks back at you, Sinette.
You know he has that power.
Take care.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no sunlight or anything down here.
Yes. I am very good at taking care.
So you're a caregiver, huh? Of plants?
Of many things.
Ah. I tend to be a caretaker of people. Sometimes I wish they were as easy as bushes. Though,
Yes.
with the lack of sun down here, I think it might be just as hard.
It is easier to take care of bush than people. I have a nephew. He is pain. I can take care of restaurant, but nephew, smelly, horny little weirdo.
My opinion, it's despite the awkwardness of that statement, that the pain makes the joy all the more sweeter. Anyways, I ramble. I should probably be getting inside.
Please do. I do not want to think about terrible nephew anymore.
Yeah, you make your way through the back door. We'll get to know Gregory's terrible nephew soon. Don't you worry.
Oh, please. I want to know this weird horny nephew.
He's just a teenager, like a general horny teenager. I'm not trying to be creepy. Come here.
Bless.
I mean, there are many ways to introduce your nephew to someone who does not know them. I'd imagine you would use their most powerful traits, like being horny and
He's
weird.
a weird, horny little weirdo. Yeah.
Okay, this kid's got no future girlfriend prospects. I need something, man. Just one day. Okay? Just
Please help me get him out of house, so he quits making all my socks rigid hard.
Oh God.
I have four-armed woman that you will meet.
Yeah, you make your way back to the fucking meeting room.
Sinette can join her through powers combined.
leave
All
me out of
four
this.
hands
No.
become one
No.
mega hand.
No.
Hyper
Go
hand.
away. Leave me alone.
You make your way into the meeting room. Yeah, everyone is already gathered, Nocien included. Hello, Sinette. Thank you for joining us.
I apologize for my lateness.
Your tardiness will be excused this once, Sinette.
Of course.
Oh God. Willow like wide-eyed looks at Nocien and then Sinette and then looks down at the table. Like,
A little joke, Willow.
of course, Miss Nocien is funny.
You'll have to get used to the dry humor if you want to stay around for, well, at least sanely.
If I want to stay around, yeah.
Shall we get to business? Anyone order anything before I turn on the silence wards? I don't want a repeat of last time.
Please.
It's embarrassing.
Stinky water.
I think we got a round of stinky waters
Well,
coming.
I can't begin the meeting if we're waiting on...
I have a stinky water.
water.
You should also get a stinky water, Miss Nocien.
No, I'm not going to drink on the job. Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait, is this alcoholic?
Yes, it is. What? Did you not... Are you people...
Maybe
Are you
we
people
should-
getting this little boy drunk?
No,
I ordered two,
he
you can
doesn't
just take
have
mine.
it, isn't he?
And then through the door.
Very.
Hello.
It wasn't me.
Will someone please get the door?
You're standing closest to it. I don't
I'm not
want to be
kidding.
rude or anything, but you're the only one standing, and we're all sitting down.
Well,
You're standing.
I'm running this meeting, so I shouldn't have to be the one that gets the door.
Willow gets up and answers the door.
Yeah, Gregory with mugs and you know, how this goes.
This is it.
Passes everything out.
Thank you, sweet Gregory.
Always. And he makes his way out. Nocien lights up the silence wards and turns back to the crowd. It's good to see everyone in one piece. Information on the forefathers has been found. Well,
Of course.
at least our primary lead has been found. Deacon Harold's the Sunrise is not who he claims to be. His heritage runs a little deeper, and his mortality is even at question. But his intentions so far are not. He seems to be a man with intersectionalism as an intent, with no general plans of continuing forward with Aelfir hegemony. That, to the ministry, is good. We are going to continue to pursue his past. We still do not understand the depths of his personal religion, this belief in some medium. And we don't understand the means by which he came to the Spire. Is he alone? Are there more moon elves hiding amongst us? I couldn't tell you. All I can tell you is that Sunrise's bid for Archdeacon is, as of now, our best hope of achieving justice throughout the Spire. The plan is simple. We support Sunrise in the election in any way we can, including less than savory methods. There are 5 deacons in the city, including the current Archdeacon, Wynne, whom you may be familiar with. Wynne has been pushed back out into the common voting pool, and rumor has it he is not the favorite. Along with Wynne, we have Sunrise himself, beyond many sows the seedlings, there is Borealis, an Everqueen diehard, primarily Skydog and Amaranth as well, but he's a haughty type, not well liked by many of the lower class believers in the Pantheon, a growing voting bloc. Along with Borealis, there's Yearling, a bloodthirsty, capricious shrew of a man, who, surprisingly, is well loved by the lower class believers of the Pantheon. He makes his home in the Aelfir district of the Blue Port, and as far as petite bourgeoisie go, he is the favorite by far. Finally, an absurd man, a descendant of Aliquam carnival owners, and one with a vast following in the Silver Quarter, Polipov. Now, these three, as of now, are not exactly frontrunners, but with the Paladin nomination of Sunrise, the election is now public, and campaigning will begin in earnest. We keep our ears down, and we find ways to hinder their efforts. First on our docket, however, is the little secret our friend Griff here discovered, from the lips of a monkey man.
Are you telling me that's real?
It seems there are multiple reported witnesses.
Are you telling me that those monkey men were real? Because I don't buy it.
Monkey men is... I'm sorry. Monkey men is where you draw the line. I'm sitting at a table with a woman who has 4 arms, and you have a giant hyena.
I'm sorry I ever doubted you.
And monkey men is too far.
Miss Sinette, I'm sorry.
The party was in a massive mobile.
That was not okay.
With a fake sun.
I mean, if you ask me, people with 2 arms are the weird ones.
You do have a...
I mean, how do you get through life? You're like half as efficient at everything.
No. It's not. I didn't mean. You're not weird. You're not
I
weird.
wish I had 4 arms.
It's
I
a
could fire
little
4
weird.
guns at once.
Yeah, I could do really cool rope tricks.
I could write 4 stories at the same time.
I could do 2 cat's cradles.
Directions.
Griff, take that shovel and put it up before the hole gets any deeper.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Listen to Sinette. Yes, Gertrude, the monkey men seem to be real. The Crimson Vigil struck. Not only did they strike in territory we had already claimed, they struck out and killed a man they very, very much should not have. Elsbeth is a vital ally, capital and otherwise. Getting her back on our side is going to be vital, and as of now, I do not believe she entirely trusts the nature of that bombing. Bringing these apes to justice, whatever the Aelfir consider justice, is paramount to making sure it isn't pinned on us or Sunrise.
Now, we move to the wind. Our cell scatters, and each independently begin to pursue their own lives within the Spire and whatever information those lives can manage to find. First, we move to Gertrude. Where do we find her, Bob?
I think she's having a rare day off. She doesn't have any underground business that needs doing. She's just out walking Belvin. I imagine on Red Row or something.
That's perfect.
She very much needs to get away from Ivory Row. She's got a sun hat. And she's just... I think she might just be perusing the market.
What do you feel like Teresa likes to shop for? What are her comfort items?
I think she likes hats and headscarves. And she also loves finding new stuff for Belvin. New meals to try. New accessories. Maybe toys for him or something.
Mm-hmm.
Pet owner stuff, but cranked up to 10. I feel as though one day she just she bought a barrel and filled it with just a ton of carrion and like just let Belvin go to town on that barrel of meat.
Oh gosh.
I think she's checking out a butcher right now.
Yeah, I love the idea of like a Red Row butcher shop, sort of like a Sweeney Todd, just like a wretched shithole.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dingy glass pane leading into the front, showing off just like a completely pathetic menagerie of like ham hocks and like goat legs and stuff.
God, the stench of this place.
Ooh, you love room temperature meat.
Mm-hmm.
Just barely chilled.
Just like a bucket with a dead chicken's head in the corner somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like there's like another like wretched old drow who like peeks a head over the corner and like kind of waves you off. You see him all the time and just lets you browse, just completely almost nonverbal.
Well now, Belvin, what would you like to get? And Belvin just kind of sniffs around the store. He gets a little excited, making some actual hyena noises this time, because apparently I got it incorrect last time. Making kind of like a... And yeah, whenever she sees him get excited, she just takes a cut of... I'll say it's chicken this time. Yeah, she gets a pound of this chicken and just slams it onto some wax paper on the counter.
Yeah, kind of guy looks up, reading just some wretched little Spire like periodical. Something pretty trashy, and it just holds up some fingers as the amount of coins that you need to give him, the amount of stem.
Yeah, and I'll pay for this. Do I need to take any stress or?
Nah, you're good. Just a little meat. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah. Then, and I feel as though she doesn't say anything to him, which is really weird for her. Yeah, she's very curt with this guy. Doesn't really like make small talk or say stuff like how gossipy Gertrusa normally is. She just kind of takes her meat and walks out.
I feel like as she's kind of walking to the back, the kind of guy kind of pokes his head up. You okay, Bubby?
I'm fine. And, yeah, she just continues walking out the door.
You make your way out the door. And then you kind of see right as you make your way to the door through that dingy glass pane. There's a lanky teenage boy peering through. And as right as you see him, he crosses over to meet you in the threshold of the door. He opens the door for you. Hey, Gertrusa!
Oh, Feldspar, fancy meeting you here.
It is not fancy, Miss Gertrusa. I know if I'm looking for you in Red Row, you're going to be in Mr. Grubble's meat shop. Hey, Mr. Grubble, how you doing? And he grumbles in the background.
Please don't engage him like that, Feldspar.
Mr. Grubbles loves me. Come on, Gertrusa, I got some, word for you.
I suspected as much. Very well. And farewell to you, Mr. Grubble.
And Feldspar leads you out. Do you have a specific image in mind for Feldspar? Like the way you see him?
Yeah, I think he's just like, a lanky, long, greasy-haired drow teenager. Yeah, just like how you described him.
Yeah.
If drow can get acne, he absolutely has it.
Totally, he has to have acne.
Yeah, maybe just like a tiny beard stubble. Not enough to be manly or anything. That pubescent beard stubble.
Just enough to be embarrassing.
Exactly.
He just doesn't know it.
Yeah, he's just excited to have facial hair at this point in his life.
Just feels manly. And so, yeah, he's just sort of like really horribly trying to flip a butterfly knife in his right hand. Pretty much just like flipping it open and close. And kind of looks around. So, Gertrusa, what do you want to pop a squat? Alleyway? You got like a cool speakeasy we could go drink in or something?
Only one of us would be drinking, you understand, but I do know of a few good alleys for this cloak and dagger engagement.
Very cool, Miss Gertrusa. Let's make our way.
Yeah, they get into a more secluded space. So, is this a word from our employer?
It just so happens to be, Miss Teresa. And it's... kind of starts shuffling his feet, drops his eyes, kind of loses this, bizarre bravado that he's always displaying. He wants to see you in person, Miss Teresa. I couldn't get it out of him as to why.
I think as soon as she hears that, her back straightens and her eyes widen a bit. Well, thank you. Is this his office?
Yeah, and he produces a small, off-white cream envelope with a classical red wax stamp.
And yeah, she takes it and just cracks it open immediately.
Yeah, and when you crack it, I feel as if the wax itself bursts up in this stylistic teal flame, and it replicates the sigil that was on the wax itself. The sigil of Mr. Alas, an hourglass snapped in half and spewing out of it is sun rays. And and the top half of the envelope burns off as well, and there's a small note. An elegant, beautiful script. Mrs. Teresa, please find your way to my office as soon as is convenient. We have recent matters to discuss. Your eternal friend, Mr. Alas.
Yeah, and she pockets this, turns to Feldspar. Thank you, Feldspar.
You're welcome.
I'll be going now.
What, you need some muscle, Miss Teresa?
Oh, Feldspar, you really are a dear. And she pinches his cheek.
Hey, come on. I'm trying to keep you safe here.
I can handle myself, though. You know me, young and virile.
Sure, Miss Teresa, sure.
And she pats Belvin on the neck. In reality, though, I will be fine, Feldspar. You be good now. She just kind of darts off.
Yeah, Feldspar kind of gives a little half-hearted wave and continues to poorly flick his butterfly knife open and close as you make your way off into the alleyway. Let's move over briefly to Oren, awakening in probably a place I feel like you've probably woken up several times before.
Yeah, definitely.
Where do you feel like Oren always crashes when he crashes with Billis?
Honestly, I feel like whatever piece of furniture is facing the door.
Whatever feels equivalent in this universe to a love seat, a big recliner.
He's kind of awkwardly curled up and got his legs are hanging half off. One is hanging off of the front of the love seat. One is awkwardly draped over the arm. But yeah, I think he always just wants to keep himself ready just in case. I think his worst fear whenever he stays at Billis's house is that somebody will bust in. Some bad shit'll happen, yeah.
Sledge, with an arm's length.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's sweet. And I feel like you begin to sort of shake awake in your traditional place to this very old, I'm imagining the equivalent in our world would be sort of almost like a pre-made home that looks like it's from the 60s or 70s or something, colors that clearly nobody uses anymore, and it's clearly outdated and sort of run down. And Billis is doing his best, but it's a bachelor pad. But I feel as if it's cozy. He has some memorabilia. He has some memorabilia on the walls from his time in the new job front. And I feel like you guys served in the same unit, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he probably has a service saber hanging up on the wall, sort of at a bad angle, and maybe some medals you can clearly see. Old daguerreotype, I feel like maybe of your unit, up on the wall, all of you, and a new job wrapped. I feel like you all constantly just had to wear wrapped layers of linens, essentially, to keep the sun away.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to set the scene that this is it's a comfortable place to wake up. Of all the scary places in the Spire, this is not one of them.
Yeah, I mean, Oren kind of shakes awake and I think just kind of gets up and automatically does a sweep Like, I think Orin is kind of perpetually in a state of waking up in a cold sweat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he ever really wakes up peacefully. And so I think he just kind of gets up and does a little cursory check around the house to make sure everything's okay. And then settles down. And if Billis isn't awake yet, I think he'll probably start, like, frying up some, whatever they eat for breakfast in the Spire.
I feel like you probably wake up before Billis. He doesn't strike me as an early riser, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he has he's got a small, ice larder and, it would be I don't want to just say bacon. That's kind of boring. Maybe there's some goat. I feel like that's sort of the Spire thing. He's got some, some shredded goat or something from a previous meal he could probably heat up. Probably has, a good old-fashioned fire-fed stove to kind of light some wood and cap it off and then, pull off those caps and set pans over it. Lots of glorious, thick, carbonized, iron. I think it probably just smells like beautifully seasoned old tools. I don't know if you've ever been to, a grandma's kitchen with lots of old traditional cooking stuff, but really cool smell.
Yeah.
Like one of those old giant iron waffle maker kind of things. And, yeah, I think Billis probably, as you begin to kind of get the heat going and stuff, stumbles in. And one of those, giant grandpa nighties, onesies, rubbing his eyes. Morning, bud.
Morning, bud. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just early, just early. What, you whipping up some goat there?
Yep. I'll do my best, but, I've never been the best cook.
I'm not going to complain. Thanks for doing that, buddy. Kind of pulls up a chair, probably a small poker table equivalent, like a folding table that is the only dining room, furniture along with the chairs that he has in this kitchen. You feeling better? The wound feeling okay?
Well, a little bit better. Still feels like I got split open by a shrimp monster, but...
Well, the fact that you're able to walk after is pretty impressive. Probably going to get a kick-ass scar.
Yeah, let's hope so. Maybe I can flash my stomach to, any kind of goons that run up to me. That'll scare them off, huh?
That'll do it. You see this? You think you were bigger than this guy? What's your plan for the rest of the day here?
Bud, I'm not sure. Got some new orders. Feel like I should go pursue those, but, part of me always wants to just sit inside and nurse a bottle. Not worry about it for a day. Between you and me, had a comrade get killed after not staying true to the cause. So a little on edge about slacking.
Jeez Louise, which one of them was it? Wasn't the old lady, right?
No, Gertrude is fine. It was old Nimvile.
Oh.
Can't say I disagree, but, still puts a target on my back.
Guy probably had one painted on his a long, long time ago, though. Come on. Do you know what he did?
No. No idea.
Fuck. My place is your place, man. If you need somewhere to stay, you're welcome to stay here. I got a couple bottles if probably need nursing, you know what I'm saying?
I'll take one for the road. How about that?
All right. And look, I was serious about my offer, all right? Moon she's hiring. She's hiring broad. And you got skills, and you got me on your side, all right? You need new work. The arena's your place, man.
I'll keep it in mind. I appreciate it, man.
Always. Now scooch over, fat ass. I can make the coffee. I know your ass always makes it manage to taste like dirt, no matter what you put in it.
Yeah, whatever, asshole.
And he moves over to the larder with you. Okay, so let's find Sinette somewhere in the perch, making probably some progress in something of a mystery she's uncovered, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah. Now that she's got a little bit of free time after the whole party shebangle, she's going to use it to catch up on something that she's kind of put off to the side a little bit. Scarlet's Child, for better or worse, all the missing people that's apparently being stolen by the Paladins. though Sinette's not entirely sure about it all. But she is going to look into it. There's a place on the perch called the Graveyard of the Small Gods. So, yeah, Sinette worships small gods that are inside of objects, generally personal objects, something that people hold on to, believe in. For a lot of the people on the perch, that's rope, binding, things that, keep them from falling to the ground. And this type of worship is very prevalent on the perch. Since Sinette follows this, she also gives prayers to small objects, like the ropes on her belt, the beads on her wrist, things like that. So the Graveyard of the Small Gods is a place where priests and priestess of this particular type of religion go out and find these objects, small gods that people have forgotten, left on the wayside. Sometimes these priests and priestesses find more than just objects with gods in them. Sometimes when they go out, they find information, things that people have forgotten, but the little gods inside those objects still remember. And Sinette's gonna go there.
I feel as if our shrine it's something like a metaphysical goodwill. I feel like it's pretty dingy. Yeah, I feel like it's probably staffed by 2 older priests, probably retired midwives. I feel like as you approach, probably open air, and most of the small gods are kind of spread out. But the front part of it is open, of course, but it goes back further into the spire and into the wall, and into sort of a vast system of repositories. And there's just an absolute little withered little crone, and she's just gently sweeping around some of the larger objects, maybe some chairs, a big fire burning stove again, and you get what I'm saying. The larger stuff. She's taking some maintenance time.
So Sinette's gonna enter in. She's gonna give a brief nod to the priestess, and I believe that despite its, goodwill appearance, it's still a shrine, and there's probably pillows laid out on the ground for people to put their knees upon and pray to these forgotten gods. And I think Sinette's just gonna go in there, put her knees down, and just kind of contemplate. And
I think you probably get a few minutes of pretty quiet contemplation and prayer before the priestess makes her way over.
You seem rather peaceful, Magi.
Yes, I'm taking a moment to think things through. Pray to those slightly forgotten.
A kindness. Come for anything else, Magi, I can help you with.
Am I that easy to read?
You have a certain energy about you today, Magi.
Probably a form of, I don't know, determination.
Yes, you seem purposeful.
I've come to ask a favor. I need information. Children, Scarlet's child in particular, have been disappearing around the Spire. I need to know what happened to him. I need to know if you've found anything in your travels that could tell me anything.
I'll take a look for you, Magi.
But I do expect a donation.
I wouldn't dare stimp you on this.
And she, kind of wags a finger, kind of half chastising, half joking. If you could give me a D4 silver stress, please.
And that'll be... a 4. That'll bring my total up to 8 silver.
Whew. Just barely. So you're okay. I think you managed to scrounge up.
Slim pickings for those on the perch.
We take whatever we can find. I'll be back in a moment.
Thank you, Magi. Yeah.
She shuffles off into the repository.
So I think Sinette just goes back to doing what she was doing before, and just continuing to meditate and think about where this is going to take her.
Yeah. Okay. She comes back. It's probably a while, probably 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes. and you can hear shuffling footsteps down these old, creaking wooden stairs leading up into these ancient repositories. And she comes bearing an object. It is something like a rocking horse, but it's clearly this Aliquam desert strider. There's something like foxes the size of small horses, something along those lines, but that have been domesticated by certain bands of Aliquam drow. And it's been carved to be one of these desert striders, but, like I said, a rocking horse. And, one of the handles is snapped off. And, you can see that there is a splash of blood on one of the back rudders. I have found something, Maji. He is not a pleasant guard.
I can see that. Seems that it's had a difficult life.
Too much. Speak to her briefly. It seems her existence is a painful one. This is from Lowe. Red Row.
Of course. And thank you again, Maji.
She very gently, with a soft creak, places the toy down, and it gently wobbles against the ground. And this old woman takes a few steps away. Goes back to just clearly paying attention, but cleaning and attending to some of the other small gods.
Sinette, from where she's kneeling, kind of takes a deep breath to center herself. And she takes one of her hands and gently presses it to her forehead, with her eyes closed, 2 fingers on the forehead. And then she takes it off and puts it directly onto the rocking strider.
And I think immediately you've interacted with small gods probably your entire life, and there are different degrees of possession that these objects can have, I believe. Some just the most mild of presence, kind of the most popular, for lack of a better word there, of the small god forms. So, nails, swords, most rope of importance have this very vague presence. But this, it's an extremely, extremely present spirit. And immediately you can almost feel as if it's like an animal is cowering in a corner, a cat eyeballing you, trying to figure out if it needs to run. And you can kind of just feel this presence within the rocking horse as your hand graces against it.
Oh, please forgive me for startling you. I come with a request. I need assistance. A brief bit of your divine wisdom.
The presence ceases to recede, at the very least, less like it's, to use space terms for a emotional presence. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's running away, per se, like it's listening.
I'm seeking a child, or a group of children, people who have gone missing, and it worries me deeply. I'm hoping that you can shed some light on where they have gone. I see that you're a rocking strider, a toy, a child's toy. I believe that you care for children just as much as I do.
I think you get a flash of an image in your head. Red Row. You're not necessarily like seeing through the eyes of the strider, but you can kind of see as if, a slight out-of-body focus on the strider, though, of like the area around it. As if, if the strider itself was an eyeball, as if it was sort of nearsighted and there was a bubble around it. And you can just vaguely make out Red Row. Filthy, dingy. You're in a home of some kind. Yeah, you see a parent hurried by with a child through a doorframe. Through the doorframe in the distance, you can see a glistening blast of golden light whoosh through, send this stark shadow throughout the rest of the room around you. And the drow parent stumbles back and drops the child, and the child goes sprawling. And through the doorframe comes a gold, full-plated individual. This hefted, golden, double-bladed axe comes whistling down and buries itself 3 inches deep into the chest of the drow. And, you see blood go spraying against the child and against the back of the rocking strider. And the image whooshes out.
I think at this moment, Sinette is just weeping. It's a little bit of her emotions from seeing this, but I think the vision has imprinted some of the Strider's emotions from that moment onto her, and she's feeling it all. Oh, who would do such a thing?
Another image, a whoop, and you can feel that same perspective, and you can feel that same child that went sprawling, clinging to the side of the Strider, and you can see opposite of the child is the paladin. He's abandoned the axe, and you can see he's slipping
No.
out a short sword from the side of his plate,
Oh.
and reaches down,
please.
and the child
Please,
pushes
no.
the rocking strider forward, and the paladin strikes it with the flat of his blade, poof, and it goes sprawling. And then, oof, and you can see the damage on the side of the strider. The handle that's snapped off immediately snap back as it breaks off in the image.
Oh God, I don't want to.
And you can almost feel, the presence within the strider kind of doesn't recede, but you can tell it's almost like it's waiting to go further.
I don't want to see what happens next, but I must. Please go ahead.
And the image returns. And the strider is buckled over on the side, damaged. You can't see half of that panoramic view anymore. But you can see out of the corner of the vision the child trying to run into the corner. And the paladin lets out another one of these golden flashes, this like flash bang from the end of his short sword.
Oh.
You can hear the child scream out,
Oh.
and then you just hear a dull, mildly wet thud.
No.
And then the image goes black. You can't see it, unfortunately. Whatever was happening between the paladin and the child was just out of that sort of nearsighted bubble. And you can feel the spirit within go still.
Oh. Monsters. Monsters in people's skins. I thank you for your kindness and wisdom in this matter.
One last image hits you like a lightning bolt. And you can see the strider lifts. Something's picking it up. And you can see the golden plate out of the corner of your eye. And for just a moment, you can catch sight of a mask. Unfortunately, it's in paladin operation gear, so it's a featureless golden mask. But you can see his eyes. They're burnt, rich orange. And the image disappears.
You have my word. I'll find him so that you may have the peace that you so deserve. Thank you.
And you can see at this point, Priestess, who's been attending, has had a hand on your shoulder for a while now.
Yeah, Sinette kind of glances up to her and then wipes away the tears from her eyes that she couldn't before while she was in this state.
She kind of gently, pulls you back a little bit on your shoulder and then reaches over you and grasps a hand around that last handle left on the side of its head and pulls it away from you. It seems as if you have found what you needed to find, Machi.
Still wiping her eyes. Yes, if nothing else, the start of a path.
I hope you can find the rest of that path. She makes her way back into the repository.
Me too, Maji. Me too. I think she just takes the remainder of that brief moment to try to further compose herself before making her way back out into the perch.
Okay. All right. So, it is a fairly big day for a certain intrepid young writer. Willow, you have sent a letter off to Patrocles to request an audience. And you have, of course, sent a letter off to your family, far back east in deepest Brazzacot. I think we're the day after. So I think you get word back fairly quickly via carrier pigeon from Patrocles that I will be at home in quiet repose and study for the next few days. You are welcome to stop by and have tea or whatever. Always yours. Dutifully, Patrocles strikes the horizon. So, you awaken Willow in your apartment, and you have a roommate, don't you, right?
I do, yeah.
Who is this roommate?
I believe she is Arya, our friend from the very first scene that we saw Willow in.
I believe it is too. So you wake up well before her, and she is passed out, fucking hammered, vomit-caked hair on the equivalent of your parlor couch.
Oh my god.
Of
Yeah.
your apartment.
Willow to herself is like, oh, Sister Spring, not again. Yeah, she just kind of walks over to Arya, just kind of brusquely shakes her shoulder. Arya, wake up! You fell asleep on the couch again. You gotta go sleep in your bed. You can't. We've talked about this. You can't sleep on the couch.
What the fuck are you doing touching me?
You gotta sleep in your bed, Arya. You can't just sleep on the couch. You look so pathetic.
Well, I was
Drowning in your own spit?
No, it was a difficult night, and I needed to rest out here for a second.
Well, I'm sorry you had a difficult night, Arya. Do you want to talk about it?
No, I don't want to talk about it, Willow. Don't pry into my business, you little freak.
Well, okay then, you can just go on back to your room. I'm headed out for the day.
Yeah, sure, I thought you were. Don't fucking wake me up next time you see me like this.
Well, don't pass out drunk on the couch in the parlor, and I won't have to.
Go fucking lick Mother Winter, you freak.
Yeah, whatever. Go suck a fucking nasty fucking something. I don't know. It's too early.
Go suck on something nasty is a really good insult, though.
It does get the point across. You make your way out of your dingy little apartment. Probably not too far from the High Elven University of Divine Magic and all that good stuff. I think you probably live in the university town equivalent within the Silver Quarter. I'm sure Brazzacott Technical Institute isn't too far, and I don't want to fuck up the name of the human college, but I know that's probably not too far away either. Probably a bustling early morning and the academic center of the Spire.
Yeah, I think I don't really have much else to do aside from trailing that Patrocles lead, trying to interview him for my story.
I think it's going to not take a whole lot of time to find Patrocles' manor, not too far away. I feel like this is one of those spaces we have met enough of Patrocles that I don't have to describe it. It's a massive Grecian marble villa, and he has a fairly simple gate.
Right, yeah. Just walking on up to that gate. I assume Willow would know the etiquette here for entering somebody's gate.
Yeah, of course. There's probably a guard, and when he sees you, probably pokes a head around. You have an appointment?
Well, not specifically, but Patrocles did invite me over sometime in the next few days, he said, for tea or whatever else.
Oh.
Exact quote.
Well, I just kind of have to ask that. Go on in.
Okay, thank you.
And he opens up the gates with a big key, and they swing open, and not a super long walk up to Patrocles' manor. You probably stand around for a little while, and probably, a butler or something sees you and just hurriedly steps away. And then from the distance, "Oh! Willow, you say? What a surprise!"
Fuck.
And yeah, coming from around the corner, wrapped in a towel, the immaculately Adonis muscled Patrocles in a swimming mask.
Oh, Patrocles, I'm terribly sorry to have interrupted you in whatever you were. Was this a bad time?
No, I'm swimming. Quit being a little weirdo. Come on.
Okay.
And he turns back around and starts marching back down. I'm sure we have extra bathing attire around here somewhere if you'd like to join me.
Well, I suppose that should be fine.
And, he leads you into his magnificent pool area. And this is like a non-Euclidean pool. Like, the way the water is set up in this room is in, like, a giant three-dimensional shape. And all the shapes, they're like connected tunnels of water, all of which, of course, have, like, breathing holes and stuff. The water magically staying contained within this structure. Something between, like, an M.C. Escher painting and, like, a McDonald's play place filled with water. And, at the very bottom, there's just, like, a normal basin of a pool that Patrocles kind of dips his feet into. I was simply getting my exercise in one of my prized possessions. This little pool here, designed by some university architects.
Well, it is quite impressive. Easy on the eyes to look at.
Yes it is. So, young Willow, what brings you here, besides the obvious?
Well, I just, like I said in my letter, wanted to thank you for your valiant efforts the other day.
Oh.
It was your rallying of everybody that I believed allowed us to escape with such swift... forgive me. I find it hard to collect my words at the moment with such opulence around me.
Understandable.
This is mastercraft, to be fair. Willow, you don't have to thank me for my service. It's in my blood. It's what I do. I would be remiss if I wasn't to help save the unprotected masses.
Actually, if you don't mind, I was wondering if I could ask you a few more questions about that on sort of an official record. You see, I'm something of a writer myself, and I've actually landed myself a position with a local paper.
Oh, fuck. No.
Oh?
I don't want to give an official word for a paper at all, Willow. This is extremely sensitive business.
Well, that's fine then. I just thought I would ask.
Well, good. If I were you, I would stay as far away from this Crimson Vigil tomfoolery as you possibly can. The last thing you need to be doing is publishing an uninvestigated case.
I'll keep that in mind. I don't suppose you'd be willing to tell me a little bit more about it off the record. And I can make a compel roll for this.
Sure, good.
Okay. Nice. I got 2 9s.
Sweet. Well, I will tell you a little more, young Willow, as long as you promise me it won't end up in some rag.
Of course. I'll do my best.
It seems these monkey individuals are real, somehow.
Well, we saw them walking around. Patrocles, we saw them walking around the party.
Yes, several individuals saw them. They are undeniably real.
Yes, the monkey men are real.
We have pursued further research into these monkey men, and I cannot say there are too many other individuals fitting this description within the Spire.
So you think you've found your monkey man?
Well, no. No, we have not. In fact, I would be surprised if anyone is going to be able to find them in the shape they were in. There are rumors. A cell of Crimson Vigil operatives who have abilities, powers to shift and change. Rumors of bizarre travelers from the far, far north, past the Everqueen. Transformed sea creatures drug up from the bottom of the Eastern Sea. Plenty of bizarre little rumors, all of them seeming to involve party entertainment.
Party entertainment?
Yes. It seems as if there is a sort of, how do I put this, young Willow? They're running a racket in which they're tricking people into thinking they are, not who they are, and presenting a wacky party scenario, one sort of birthday party sort of situation.
Oh, no, yeah, the classic wacky birthday party sort of situation. We've all been there.
Yes,
yeah.
Of course. So the sea creatures, there was sort of like a shark theme. Sort of shark. Look, are you picking up what I'm putting down here, Willow?
Yes, so you're saying there's some sort of like shapeshifters?
They're shapeshifters.
Yeah, I wow, that's... Well, and you have this on good authority?
No.
Okay.
No, this is only preliminary research. But it seems as if we should have more reports of a group of ape-human beings of some kind, some new race of ape. There should be more information on the monkey people than there is.
That is true. It was quite a shock to go my entire life not ever knowing or hearing about monkey men, and then suddenly one night seeing them in the flesh amidst us.
I as well. I too was shocked to learn that anybody had that experience.
Smoking a little hand-rolled cigarette.
Little cigarette-smoking monkey man, eh?
He wasn't even wearing shoes.
No shoes.
Just walking around with his little feet hands.
So, you're understanding the absurdity of this situation.
Oh, absolutely, Patrocles. I'm confounded.
So as of now, our primary leads are the contract that it seems Titus drew up with them to bring on some kind of novelty fruit-serving situation.
Oh, monkey fruit vendors.
That
yeah,
seems to be
course.
this, yes.
Well, it's a sort of theme. I can see what they were going for there.
And with the other two instances we have, they did a similar sort of thing. Fresh fish with sort of sea people. You get what
okay, they've got
sort of a theme.
Yeah.
Sort of doing a theme thing.
Okay.
Sort of an awkward silence, settles over the pool room. Patrocles steps a little bit deeper into the water.
Willow kind of like splashing her feet in the water a little bit. in this silence.
So, that's what I got, Willow.
I also maybe just wanted to... Of course, I wasn't just here to ask you about official business.
No? Well, good. I was getting a little nervous there for a second. I definitely don't have any past patterns or anything. I'm glad you visited, Willow.
Hey, Patrocles, just curious. It's obviously, this is just a person. How old are you?
Old enough.
Okay. I actually forgot that I do have something. My grandma and her bodyguard. My grandma and her dog and my bodyguard. I mean, my bodyguard and his grandma and my bodyguard's grandma's dog are having a birthday party for the dog. Like crying. I'm sorry, Patrick. I feel like she gets up and runs out after that. I'm sorry, Patrick, please. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I think this is what thinking about Gertruisa does to people.
Oh man.
You sprint out and Patrocles just kind of wait. Okay, and you're gone. That's Willow for now.
Yeah, just going back into changing, and I guess I'm just gonna go back and await the response from my family eventually.
Let's find the last member of our cell on their individual investigations into the current situation in Spire. He is in the middle of his patrol. Give me a montage, Hunter. I demand a montage.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I mean, I imagine it's like the opening of the Batman animated series, but there's not actually any criminals that he finds on rooftops. It's just him like going to each rooftop, jumping onto the rooftop, super prepared to fight, like, and then there's nobody there, and he just walks over and jumps off and goes to the next rooftop and just repeats the process.
And like, what is his suiting up process, right? Like, his magical girl transformation into Rope Hero City game.
His magical girl transformation. It's actually like a really awkward thing where he just tries to get as much rope and cord around his body as possible. I would argue it probably takes him like a good 10 minutes to get it to where it's like a decent go.
Intercut with all of this, like, you jumping around roofs and screaming and stuff. Yeah, just shots of him just miserably like, fuck, come on.
'Cause I'm sure there's like cords and stuff. Like if he just T-posed, there'd be a ton hanging off of his arms. I'm sure that they're loose. Like he looks like when he flies through the air, not like when he like swings through the air and like jumps up onto the buildings. It really just looks like you're being assaulted by a big pile of spaghetti.
I think we get a little montage of this spaghetti boy flopping around on some rooftops. Hitch giving you some, great job, kid. That looked pretty cool.
Oh, thanks.
All right, now let's practice a little. All right.
Okay. What are we doing?
Look, you got to work on your precision with me, kid. We need to yank a knife out of someone's hand, or push a gun out of the way, last minute, make the bullet hit somewhere else. You got to have some skills there, kid.
Oh wow, I hadn't. Can I do that?
You can try. I could.
That would be so cool. Oh man, I'd be like a ninja. That'd be amazing. Yeah, let's do that.
Back in the day when I was top form, I could whip a rope out from my bare hand and yank a bullet out of a barrel.
Oh, that's so cool. Can you do that now?
Maybe.
All right, well let's give it a go. Let's do it. I believe in us. I believe in the power of us.
Let's start with some trash or something first, kid.
Yeah. And I guess Griff sets up like when you go BB gun shooting and you just set up a row of cans on the edge of a building. I think he's gonna. There's no getting around how Spider-Man this kid is. There really isn't.
He's like nasty Victorian Spider-Man to some degree.
So I guess
he's like Spider-Man if Charles Dickens wrote him.
Yeah. He's Oliver Twist Spider-Man.
Peter Parkerson.
God bless us, J. Jonah Jameson. God bless us all. I think he just like sort of I don't know how to say it. He whips his arm like contorts it and just whoosh, his arm right out, and just a big red cord goes flying towards the can. If it's successful, otherwise he just flaps about.
Fuck it. Let's give it a roll.
I agree.
Just kind of let the universe decide if this works. We'll just do like a fight, or like if you have a better skill, I'm good. And we'll say you're low society because you're still,
yeah,
that works.
Hold on. Would I have a skill? I mean, this is kind of his thing. Let's see. I mean, I got a skill for fight.
Fight makes the most sense.
Yeah.
To me.
I don't know what else it would be. Okay, then I do have low society, so I get 3.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Nothing super high.
At a 6.
That's a
Okay,
6.
Take a single point of shadow.
Oh, okay.
Stress.
Ooh.
Do you have any other shadow stress?
I don't have any. No.
Okay, you're good. I won't even roll it. Well, yeah, I can still roll a 1, couldn't I?
Yeah, you very well could, and I think you should.
Oh.
Another 6.
So yeah, I think you do it. I think you do it. Just barely. It's not pretty by any means, but I think you can snag a can.
Nice.
Hey, looky there, kid. Couple more of those, and you'll be a regular pro.
That was so cool. Oh, I'm so cool. And he's just like parading around the roof. I'm so cool. Everyone, look at me. I'm so cool.
Oh, don't worry, kid. I'm looking.
A
voice you recognize.
Oh, God.
You turn around to see a darkly clad figure. You can hear a soft chinkling of chain as you turn around.
Of course it's chains.
And you see a mask with a single spiraling goat horn running off to the right side of it. Sort of a vaguely bejeweled towards the chin with like a dark, rich lacquer over most of it. And they're dressed in like a drapey black coat. And you can see as they start to, step out of the shadows, the coat gets hung on something and they have to like fuck, and yank it. And then they do this incredibly stylized walk, like they have practiced it very distinctly. And yeah, they just get these soft little ching, ching, ching as they step out of the shadows. That was pretty impressive. Snare. This is the Link, a fellow vigilante of the streets of the works.
Not Jacob Marley.
And you see the chain comes out from underneath the coat, and they tighten it in front of them. You think you have skills? Oh, fuck, not this asshole again.
I got a little. Question. You said I recognize them. How many times have I met the Link before?
I think that's up to you.
Okay. Then I would say this is the first time that the Link has like come out of the shadows and actually introduced himself. And we've actually like, I think we've only seen each other fight. In ways of like each of us getting in the way of each other's sort of own brand of vigilantism.
Okay.
Yeah, he saw me in a rooftop while I was fighting, and at the end of my fight, I like looked up at his like shadowy visage on the edge, and he like I don't know, maybe he clapped or like slow clapped or something. And
you do not know. You cannot tell the Link's gender. They present gender neutral. And
okay.
They don't present with gender pronouns.
Ooh, okay. I think they like they've seen me, and then at one point or another when I was like doing reconnaissance on something, I maybe caught them delivering some justice from a rooftop on high. And I would imagine their form of justice, not that Griff is gentle when he fights, but that the Lynx form brand of justice is a lot more, I guess, brutal.
A little more of the Punisher.
Yeah, like you can see them relish it.
I think you're 100% onto it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they step out of the shadows.
How yo,
Red Snare.
You're the Link. I saw you doing your thing. That's cool. I do that too.
Come on, keep it steady, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And what about it?
You're very. I guess you're good at what you do. You're just I don't want to say mean, because I mean, like, they're criminals, but you're a little vicious.
And you think these scum deserve anything else?
I mean, we're supposed to be like doing some good.
We're supposed to be doing some good, Snare, and they step a little closer. We used to do plenty of good. I don't know who you are, but you're not the Snare I know. Son of a bitch.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, kid, just run.
And with that, I think he very like a giraffe just newborn clambers his way over the side of the building that he's on, and just sort of with a rope securing himself on a corner or a pipe, just drops.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna free fall, not free fall because he has something. He's just gonna bungee down. Yeah, I don't think he's thinking too much about it. He's just booking it.
Okay, you can give me a sneak or a pursue to get out of there.
I think sneak would make most sense. I have skill in both, but yeah. And still in low society. Ooh, that's a 10, baby.
That is a decent 10. Yeah, so with a whistle through the air, you manage to drop pretty effortlessly and disappear. And yeah, you see the Link kind of lean over. Hey! But I think you're fast enough and your roll is high enough that you can pretty much slip out of there no problem.
Okay, yeah, and I think he's probably really panicked. Yeah, as soon as he gets down to the ground, I imagine like he gets close to the ground, he starts to like unroll himself, like he does a little barrel roll in the sky to sort of like unroll some rope from himself and sort of slow his own descent.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of just, I don't know, just do some cool moves and get on his feet. I don't know.
I don't know if they'll be cool, but you can definitely.
Yeah, probably not cool. Just like some way get to his feet, and just start booking it. Just get away, and just keep going. I imagine he runs like bobbing and weaving through alleys for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then he finally gets a little reprise. It's reprieve. He's not singing a second song. He gets a little reprieve behind a dumpster or something, and just huffing and puffing. Oh man, what did he mean?
Look, kid, I haven't been exactly the most honest with you.
Yeah?
The mask you wear has a history. You're the second one, kid.
Oh. Well, I guess I hadn't really thought about it. That yeah, this isn't really mine.
No, it isn't. But it's gonna be. You're gonna be better than I ever could be. All right.
Hitch, who was he?
Me.
Thank you so much for listening to this, the 7th episode of Swan Dive. We are so close to 10. We are super excited, and, we got so excited, we're just kind of going to sprint the rest of the way there. So the next few episodes of Swan Dive are going to be uploaded on an irregular schedule as we make our way through the Red Strings Interludes, a series of solo adventures following each of our heroes one by one. I use the term heroes loosely. I hope you can join us for these solo adventures and for the rest of Swan Dive. Safe travels, friends.